Welcome back to another episode of Squirrel Seeker, where we chase down the nuts and bolts of geopolitical intrigue. Today we're diving into the world of Russian paramilitaries that even other Russians love to hate, the Kadyrovites. Yes, those media-savvy, bearded pit bulls who have transformed from Russia's Caucasian boogeymen into the Kremlin's favorite attack dogs. But the burning question is, will Cujo turn on his master Putin? Or will the Chechens continue their ascent in Russian power structure by eagerly spilling blood in Ukraine for the Kremlin's amusement? Stick around as we unravel the rise of the Kadyrov clan, dissect their modern organization, and speculate on what the future might hold for this formidable and, let's be honest, slightly terrifying family business. So how did these once feared mountain-dwelling separatists flip the script to become the Kremlin's go-to enforcers? Like many opportunistic tales, it all began in the crucible of rebellion. If Braveheart taught us anything, besides the fact that blue face paint is totally dope, it's that starting a rebellion is a fantastic way to land yourself some prime real estate and some fancy titles. In our saga, the stage was set during the First Chechen War in 1994, paving the way for the rise of the House of Kadyrov. The First Chechen Jihad kicked off under Dzhokhar Dudayev, a self-proclaimed dedicated Muslim, fervent Chechen nationalist, and decorated Soviet Air Force officer who cut his teeth fighting the Mujahideen in Afghanistan. That was until April 1996, when a Russian airstrike in Grozny abruptly ended his career and life. His death was dramatically announced on an interrupted television broadcast by none other than Shamil Basayev, the notorious Chechen guerrilla commander and the bane of Ramzan Kadyrov later in life. After Dudayev's untimely exit, leadership of the fledgling Chechen Republic became a game of hot potato among former rebels like Zelimkhan Yandarbayev, Aslan Masharov, and Abdul Halim Sudalayev, all of whom eventually met their ends courtesy of the Russian security services. Enter Akhmat Kadyrov, the shrewd mufti of the Chechen Republic of Ichkeria during the Second Chechen War. In a plot twist worthy of a daytime soap opera, Akhmat decided in 1999 to switch sides, abandoning his position as chief mufti, selling out Masharov, and cozying up to Putin and federal forces. Loyalty, after all, is such a fluid concept. This strategic betrayal earned Akhmat significant brownie points in Moscow, leading to his installation as the president of the Chechen Republic in 2003. Unfortunately, his tenure was as short-lived as a mayfly. He was assassinated in a bombing attack in Grozny in May 2004. It seems being the Chechen president comes with a pretty short expiration date. But fear not, the Kadyrov legacy was just warming up. Enter Ramzan Kadyrov, Akhmat's ambitious son. At the tender age of 29, this former rebel commander and sitting prime minister of Chechnya was itching to fill his father's shoes, preferably before anyone else could warm them up. Standing in his way was Alu Alkhanov, a man born in Kazakhstan who favored the establishment of Sharia law and, let's be honest, probably didn't send Ramzan a birthday card. The power struggle intensified when, on March 1st, 2006, Sergei Abramov resigned as prime minister, telling TASS news agency that he did so on the condition that Ramzan Kadyrov lead the Chechen government. With a little help from Omar Drazulbayev, an ambassador to Kremlin heavyweight Sergei Prikhodko, Ramzan ascended to the presidency in 2007, hitting the minimum age of 30. Timing is everything. Now, if you thought Ramzan would settle into a peaceful presidency, you'd be adorably wrong. Conflicts erupted between the young leader and Chechnya's existing political and military figures. Besides his ongoing tiff with Alkhanov, Ramzan had beef with military commanders like Suleiman Yamadayev and Said Magomed Kakayev. Both were war heroes in their own right. Yamadayev commanded the Vostok Battalion and had eliminated senior Wahhabi leaders, while Kakayev led the GRU Spetsnaz Special Battalion Zapad, and unlike Ramzan, had never actually rebelled against Russia. But in the grand tradition of there can only be one, Salim Yamidayev and his brothers found themselves on the wrong end of a power struggle, meaning untimely ends in the late 2000s. Kakiev, however, managed to navigate these treacherous waters, eventually becoming a member of the Advisory Commission of the State Council of the Russian Federation in 2015. Perhaps knowing when to keep your head down is a valuable skill in Chechnya after all. With most of his rivals conveniently retired, Ramzan set his sights on grander ambitions. He embarked on a mission to rebrand Chechnya's image, transforming Grozny from war-torn ruins into a city with, well, fewer bullet holes, I guess. His social media game became legendary, positioning himself as the face of Eurasian Islam, because who wouldn't want a former warlord as their spiritual influencer? Ever the loyal vassal, Ramzan proved his worth to the Kremlin by deploying Chechen forces during the 2008 invasion of Georgia, and later in Ukraine's Donbas region in 2014. Nothing says trustworthy ally like sending your personal army to do the Kremlin's dirty work. Now, let's dissect the Kadyrovite clan structure. Think of it as like a family business, but with more AK-47s and fewer accounting errors. At the top, we have the inner circle, Ramzan's immediate family and members of the Benoy tape, which is like a clan. Positions like Deputy Prime Minister, Head of the National Guard's Chechen branch, and even the Minister of Sports are filled by his cousins, siblings, and even his 26-year-old nephew, Akhmat Kadyrov. Nepotism? No. Just think of keeping it in the family. Next, we have the military commanders, extended family, and loyalists who lead various military and paramilitary units. Notable figures include Alibek Delimkhanov, who is the deputy head of the North Caucasian National Guard District and the commander of the 141st Special Motorized Regiment, and Muslim Ilyasov, who commands the 249th Separate Special Motorized Battalion South and the Oil Regiment. These folks form the backbone of Chechnya's security apparatus, maintaining those ever-important connections to Moscow via the Russian National Guard and the 42nd Guards Motor Rifle Division that they're subordinated under. Finally, the boots on the ground, the commanders leading the deployable battalions of the Chechen military and Akhmat forces. Units like Sever Akhmet, led by Lieutenant Colonel Zaindi Zingiev, and Yug Akhmet, under Major Musa Iblayev, each muster around 500 volunteers. These battalions were reconstituted in 2022 for the Ukraine excursion because nothing says we care like sending your men into a quagmire. As you can see from this elaborate diagram, which I definitely didn't sketch on a napkin, the Kadyrovite forces are a well-oiled machine. They're intricately connected back to Moscow while maintaining their own power structures. It's like a family tree, but with more firepower and fewer awkward holiday dinners. So what's next for the Kadyrov dynasty? Well, first of all, Ramzan has been remarkably effective at eliminating any threats to his reign within Chechnya. Should any daring soul consider challenging him elsewhere in Russia, let's just say that the Chechen hospitality might extend a special invitation, complete with the side of polonium tea. Ramzan's ambition is as boundless as ever. From flexing on Instagram to turning Grozny into the Dubai of the Caucasus, he's got his eyes on the prize. With Putin's regime showing signs of, shall we say, wear and tear, don't be surprised if Ramzan starts making bolder moves. After all, nature abhors a vacuum, and so does a power-hungry warlord. So, will Ramzan's reign continue unchallenged? Will he make a play for even greater power if the Kremlin's grip loosens? Or will he, like many before him, fall victim to the very game he's mastered? One thing's for certain. In the wild world of Russian politics, the only constant is change. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your squirrels close.